up, Pittsburgh? We're back here at Scarpaci's in Mount Washington for Bar-jutsu Live. I'm your host, Jim, and with me is the rest of the crew. Let's go ahead and go from one to one to one to one. We have the lovely, the beautiful, the just always gorgeous Dale Miller. Way to go, Dale. and obviously the buxom blonde, the hotter than hot, the MILF that everybody wants to F in the MILF. Mandy. What's up, Mandy? And then with the greatest fucking comment that I've ever heard on the show, right before we went live, we have Aaron Romeo, Goth Hop Aaron Romeo, and the one and only badass Billy Botto. What's going on, gentlemen?
Hi, everybody.
So we're getting ready for the show, and Botto comes in, and he's like, "Oh, I really dig the short hair," and Aaron says, "Thank you. I like to shoot it everywhere."
Put it on a T-shirt.
I just want to know, did you know what I said, or did you? I don't know.
It just went with like the last pertaining to like this subject before, and I guess it ran
That's
together.
what we like to call a failure in the brain-to-mouth filter.
Dude, it was so genuine. Billy's like, "I really like the short hair." He's like, "Yeah, I really like to shoot it everywhere too." I'm like, "Oh my god. Just unbelievable. Look at it. You're just the best." And I see the grays have kind of like faded away. You cut them out and everything. Very nice. So we're going to talk about some stuff tonight. I had an interesting week at work. I hate it, but I love it in the same sense. And then something happened which made me send you guys a message. And I said, tonight we're going to talk about first impressions. So I want to hear everybody's first impression. It doesn't have to be me, although that would be funny. I want to hear everybody's idea of first impressions. Plus, we got what's in the news with Goth Hop Aaron Romeo. Aaron, what are we touching on? What are you
touch on a return of a missing person.
My favorite part.
Making sure shots are shot, shooting your shot.
What?
And then also, I'm just kidding.
Not even a minute in, we're already off the rails.
Yeah, and also, other things going on in the news, sports-wise as well.
Dude, did you drink before you got here?
I have this, but no.
He's working on it.
He's all relaxed and he's like slouched in the chair. He's like, "Look at my junk and everything." Fucking look, Aaron wrote with a serious look on his face. And then Billy Botto, we always love you. What's going on in the world of Billy Botto?
Not too much. My whole family's been sick all week. Just kind of coming out of it now. No COVID, but just a shitty time to get sick. We're going on vacation in a couple of weeks, and I guess better now than later, but shitty week for me. But I'm doing all right.
I kid you not. Speaking of sick, I want to apologize for the fans that watch. Last week we were scheduled to do Pittsburgh Sports Bar. We were going to do the pre-show for Mark Madden with everything they were doing with the Penguins watch game. I woke up like 3 a.m., 101 fever. I was sick as shit. So I sent Rusty a message. I was like, "Hey man, I don't know if we're gonna make it." And then everybody was like, "Dude, I can't make it at 6." And there was a lot of shit going on. So I'm sorry, guys. I know we were gonna be there last week, and we had the girls from Beamers coming and everything, but we couldn't make it. Hopefully, we can redeem ourselves. We're getting them in here because we will be working with. So I hear we're gonna be working with the girls from Beamers.
Yes.
And then we're going to be doing, hopefully, some girls from Club Erotica. We got a message from Club Erotica on Instagram, and I was like, "Hey, this is the kind of show we do, and here's what we do."
I wondered why they followed me this week.
I know, right? They started following everything. I was like, "Way to go, Club Erotica!" But like I said, before we get into everything, let's talk about. Like I said, before we talk about the first impressions and all that stuff, let's do my favorite part of the show. Aaron, what is in the news?
Oh, well.
Fuck you, Aaron! I had to throw that one in there.
There was a woman in 1992 that went missing in Pennsylvania, and then she was found recently in Puerto Rico, so she's still alive. This particular woman, so, apparently went living a different life, or whatever happened with her.
I was just about to ask, did she get kidnapped, or she intentionally just be like, "Peace out, see you bye"?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going on an extended vacation to Puerto Rico.
I think she just
went out.
She just up and left.
Yeah, I think so.
And here's
I'd
the
be
lovely
so mad if I
Danielle.
was found.
30 years.
So she just up and left.
I think.
And you know what? And I got to apologize before we switch back to Aaron. I told Mandy, I was like, hey, I want you to take a bigger role. I want you to start announcing what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And then my mouth goes, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I don't shut the fuck up. Sorry, Mandy.
Okay.
I was wondering, like, she's staring at me. She's like, all right, dickhead, just keep talking. All right, Aaron, what else is going on?
And then, you remember Boy Meets World, Ben Savage is running for Congress. He's going to run for
That's it? I mean,
I didn't want to get into
no sex scandals or anything?
I didn't want to get into crazy stuff. It'll be positive this week.
Nobody died, no children are dead.
No children.
Well, I'm
you
sure
know,
some
around,
children
you know.
died.
Yeah, somewhere.
Because it's not a real Bar-jutsu live show if we don't talk about dead kids.
You know what? And speaking, I don't know if they were kids, but he reminded me of something. Did you guys see that 4 people got kidnapped in Mexico?
Oh, yeah. 2 of them are dead.
Yeah.
Way to go, Aaron. Way to fuck that one up.
Well,
Because they were going to get a tummy tuck.
Really?
That is what. One of them was. They were taking. You go to get a cheap tummy tuck. Yeah.
Are you
They were-
serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
They were going to
I
get
just read it
cosmetic
before I got
surgery.
here. They were, and they got caught up in the cartel.
So 2 of them are dead. Wait. So was it mistaken identity or were they really?
I have no idea. All I know is that they were going for a cheap tummy tuck in Mexico. They got caught up, and they don't need a tummy tuck because they're dead.
That seems like suicide to begin with. I used to work with a girl that had a butt added on in Puerto Rico or something, or Guatemala.
A butt added on like to
I don't
her
know.
tummy?
She had like a butt implant.
Oh, the ass cheek implants.
Yeah, and I mean it was round, but my God, did it look fucking
Yeah, I was
crazy.
gonna say. So she had little ass to begin with, and then she came up with lopsided ass afterwards.
Yeah, and it was like you could have stamped it like made in Guatemala. It was some third world shit. It did not look appetizing.
It's like Chiquita bananas made in Guatemala. Bam.
We go from story to story. There's no, gradual, like, let's...
Oh God, no.
Let's segue
Like I
into
said,
this.
a minute in, we're already off the rails. It's a fun
What else,
time.
Aaron? What's up? Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Way to go, buddy.
Yeah.
Couldn't be prouder. That was fucking awesome. You're just... Anything else?
Yeah, and it's still hockey season. That's going on. Penguins. You heard of the jerseys that they have made now? It's a 3-headed monster, and it's Crosby and Malkin's number put together. It's 871. So they both share the 7 number, of course, and then you have like the.
Well, who's the third head?
The 7's the third head.
Oh, like
so
the
to
combo of them.
speak. Yeah, the combo of them. So
That's cool.
3-headed monster, and it's 2 guys. Seems like somebody dropped the ball on that design.
you would think that Letang would be in that, but kind of.
He don't get the love, does he? I mean, he's a star, but he just never.
He's garbage.
Yeah.
He keeps having strokes. What kind of player is that? No, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. Listen. That was a
Listen,
joke.
Aaron loves a good stroke. Doesn't mean he loves to shoot it
And that was a
everywhere.
total joke because I got to tell you, Chris Letang, one of the best guys
Yeah.
ever. Remember when we did a few years ago,
Yeah,
the burn victims? We
Yes,
did
yes.
The fundraiser. He signed an authentic Penguin, like a game jersey for him, and he signed it and everything. We gave it away.
Yeah.
It was a great guy.
He's
So like,
awesome.
yeah, he should
Yeah.
be. I know he totally got overruled on that. I like it. So, Aaron, I want to thank you. You did a hell of a job. Every day I feel more and more educated when I'm in your presence. You fucking dried up sack of shit. Mandy, what's up? What's going on in the world of
Ambient.
laying bricks?
Nothing.
No?
Nothing.
Too cold?
It's cold. I'm not working.
Fucking cold
Yeah.
out there.
No.
For those of you that may or may not know, she is, what is it, a brick spotter?
Brick pointer.
Brick pointer.
Brick spotter is not even a thing.
Points at bricks.
Brick expert.
She's like, see that brick?
House artist.
House art.
I like that one.
Do you use any equipment when you're doing it and shit? Like, what do they call it? Eye thingy?
I don't know what an eye thingy is, but we use tools.
Total stuff.
You're like
Nobody's
manlier than me.
a
I'm like 3 sheets away from being gay. I'm extremely impressed with your manliness. I was a hairdresser 15 years. I don't know half the shit you talk about.
He's a hole in the wall and $20 away from me.
I'm literally Aaron's $20 offer away from me. And you know what? I'm saving for vacation.
You need a job. You can come work for me and I'll man you up, all right?
$20.
Afterwards,
That's
tell
all
me
it
about
takes.
how I like this stuff.
$20 from Billy Bottom.
Oh,
Fucking Fridays. Aaron's all like, oh, well, 20? All right. I'll lowball it today. So, anyways, let's jump into it. I want to talk about first impressions.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we all met. There was a time that we all met and everything, but everybody makes their first impressions. Now, for me personally, first impression is the all good. What is it? It's the all saying word. You know, it's how it has to be.
Yeah.
If you fuck up that first impression, that's it. You're done.
It's what lays the foundation for what you're going to remember out of that person or out of that situation. And yeah, if you fuck up a first impression, and sometimes it's just better to just not bother after that.
Terrible. So, Mandy, tell us about a first impression that was most memorable for you.
Put me on the spot. I would let somebody else go first.
Okay,
Let
Dale.
somebody else.
Way to pass the torch on
Sorry.
that one.
Pass the buck. All right. I got 2. I'll talk about the people in the room here. I'll talk about James, and I'll talk about Aaron. First time I met James was doing the Wrestling Trivia main event. I remember after the show, you still came up, you were in your gear still, I think. And you were like, so, I do this beer pong thing, and
Was that the night I wrestled that night? That was the night of my last match.
Yeah, you were in a tag match,
Yep.
and you pitched me the beer pong league, and I was like, yeah, I'm on board, and that was ever since then I've been here. Because that was a memorable moment. Speaking of memorable moments, I met Aaron through the beer pong league. He interviewed my former teammate, which, by the way, fuck you, Dave. He interviews my teammate, and we talk. Yes, Pittsburgh Dave, and we talk about losing the match. And I remember you doing your interview, and you're Aaron Romeo way, like, so you guys.
Dude, it was so bad.
And then I flipped shit, like trying to sell it. And all of a sudden, well, so...
Dude.
It's just...
So, I remember that. We still have the video, but I remember that because, like, Dave's standing there looking at him. He's like, so, tell me what happened. He's like, well, we lost. So, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That was hilarious. I love it. Aaron Romeo, what do you got to pick to us? What's a first impression? It doesn't have to be anybody. Don't point at me. Don't point at me. It doesn't have to be anybody here.
The dojo. Remember that when we first.
The dojo. That would be our martial arts school that I owned back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. I want to hear first impression of. I mean, because obviously everybody's got their first impression of me. They're like, Porco's an asshole. But I want to hear a first impression that you had of like a music artist. Or something. You got another one? Well, let me hear. Let me hear. Give me a first impression of like some sort of like celebrity or something that you've known.
Snow the product. Name the dancer. I remember years ago I was at a show of theirs. They were cool, down to earth.
I have no idea who that is.
There's a picture. She's a good female rapper, Hispanic origin, Hispanic descent. Snow the product. I keep in touch with her tour dancers still on Facebook actually.
Still waiting for the impression.
But it was a good impression. It was cool. It was nice.
Yeah, but I think you're missing the point of the thing. I want to hear the what?
How do they make the impression?
How did it how was it memorable?
Signed a shirt of mine, signed an Aaron Romeo shirt, which back then was Hapless Distinction, and then I had Hapless Distinction, my old name, but
dude, that makes me laugh.
And then we took a picture together and things. I mean, there's other ones.
So you had her sign your shirt, your product.
Yep.
That reminds me of, and I hate to say, it throws me off because I remember when me and Jack were traveling, me and New Jack were on the road traveling, we went to a show, and before the show, the day of, there was an autograph signing. It was like, it's like me, Jack, Spike Dudley, Lex Luger, and everyone. This fucking guy came up, and for those of you that may not know, there's controversy over the death of Miss Elizabeth. They're saying that he beat her up and put her in a thing and everything. So this fan came up to Luger and asked him to sign an autograph picture of Miss Elizabeth. And everybody got up and was like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude!" Like Jack was like all screaming at him, and he's like, "That's some ignorant ass shit." And then whenever everybody was gone, he turned to me. He's like, "Dude, that was fucking funny." I remember that.
Oh my god, that's fucking great.
Billy Bada.
I have two celebrity ones. Because my previous job, well, my night job previously for a decade and a half was security at night. And I would get hired to do special events. I did the Stillers for a long time. I have a Big Ben one and a Will Smith one. And I'm going to make this as short as possible. Big Ben, not a huge fan of it. I love the Stillers. I love him as a quarterback. Before the Georgia and all that court shit he went through, we were having a Stillers party. I was working, and I think it was at Finnegan's Wake, if that still exists on the north side. And I was working the door because they were all hanging out at the door, and there was a guy that was taking money. And they were IDing everybody that came in, and this young girl came in, and I kind of recognized her. My gosh, she looks familiar. And the guy goes to ID her, and he goes, "No, she's okay, let her in." And this is like even before he was married. He was a kid, so I'll give him that. And, yeah, and I was like, that's strange. This was the first night I ever worked for Ben, so I was a little intimidated because I'm in fucking Pittsburgh,
right?
He's Ben. So she's coming in, and he gets her in, and I'm looking at her. I'm like, holy shit! I know. I won't say her last name. Her name was Jen, and I played football with her brother when I was younger. And I started thinking, damn, she's pretty young. And I start doing the math, and I go, she's 15 years old. So I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to go to court. But Ben, you're a fucking mess. But I think he's a scumbag. Long story short, there's more to it, but I don't want to incriminate myself worse than I already have. But Will Smith is a little bit more upbeat. I was doing security for him whenever, so Jada was in, I don't know if she still is, Jada Pinkett was in a punk rock metal band, and she was on Ozfest. I want to say like 15 years ago.
Oh, I remember that. I definitely remember that.
And whenever she was staying at the Marriott City Center, and my job was to basically anywhere they went, I was the number one. So I'd stay outside the room. When they came out, we'd move together. So Will was fucking phenomenal. He'd order dinner or something, like room service. He'd come outside and say, "You want something, or can I get you a drink?" I felt like I was at his house. Like, he's genuinely a good guy. Jada was a raging cunt, and I'm going to tell you why. So the day of the show at Ozfest, I've never been to Ozfest. I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of excited. I'm like, it'll be something new. I don't know a lot about rock, but whatever. So we go, and everybody's fucking booing her. I think they were kind of caught on to just because you're Jada doesn't mean you should be performing at Ozfest type of shit. So that day, while everybody was booing her and screaming, "Fuck you," Will Smith came out on stage and started getting the crowd amped and completely saved his wife's ass. And then 10 years later, she was fucking around with her son's friend. What a cum dumpster. But yeah, Jada, cunt, Will Smith, classy guy. I don't know why they're married. I don't know. That's a beating waiting to happen in my book.
Just ask Chris Rock about that.
Yeah, that phenomenal special. If anybody's seen that.
Hey, before we get into Mandy's first impression, how many shots are we doing tonight? Is everybody doing a shot?
Yeah.
So there will be 5 of us. We'll be doing 5. Danielle was just asking me. So, Mandy, you've had some time.
I have. I'm ready.
You're ready.
I am ready.
Let's hear about it.
Okay.
I want to hear this.
So, we're gonna. I can say names, right?
You can say
okay,
names.
I just want to get in trouble. All right, New Kids on the Block.
Ah, love it.
In my
Big
40s,
fan.
you go. It's
New Kids.
me and my friend always do the meet and greet because
Why not?
why not, right?
Yeah.
It's sad that I know Jordan, John, Donnie, Danny, and Joey. Sad that I know that, but go ahead.
Okay. Go. I got my I Love Donnie shirt on, obviously, because
Yeah.
Donnie. I used to love Jordan, so Go to Jordan, give him the hug. He is the biggest douchebag you would ever imagine in your life. It was like my childhood just was sucked away from me because I was all Jordan. Like, I mean, we were gonna have babies.
What a letdown. Oh, and they
And
say
he's terrible. He is like he was like, we're bothering. Like
you
I'm
were
paying
bothering
$1,200 a ticket to
Oh.
hug you.
unreal. And that's
You
why
better
they
hug me
say
a little tighter.
that's why they say don't meet your heroes. Like I was devastated. I was a big, huge Bret Hart fan. Oh, Bret Hart. I was a Bret Hart mark for the longest time. And then, I became a worker. I was wrestling and everything. And finally, I was like, I can't believe I booked on a show with Bret Hart. Can't wait to meet him. And everybody warned me, dude, you probably don't want to meet him, as much as you like him. I designed some of my fucking, wrestling moves on his repertoire and everything. And I was so geeked to fucking meet this dude. If I'd have known he was a big fucking piece of shit douchebag, I'd have fucking no-showed that show that night. It threw off my game. I was like, fuck, because I met him before my match.
Was it the attitude, or like, did he say something?
It was just it was an attitude. He was like, I was like, Mr. Hart, hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm a big fan and everything. And it was kind of like, yeah, you and a million, fucking other people. What do you want?
What a shithead.
And I was just like,
when you're saying something like that, it calls me back to the Mad TV bit with him and Will Sasso.
yeah.
And whether or not, and I'm going to use industry language here, I know, whether that was a work or a shoot.
Well, I heard it was a shoot.
Yeah.
Because he didn't appreciate
I heard it was too.
I heard it was a shoot.
And
'Cause I
that
think
just
he
kind
even
of
talks about
further
it.
solidifies
I
it.
remember him I think he did an interview where he said he was upset about going on Mad TV and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, I do believe that was a shoot.
I love Mad TV, but I did not see that. Can you quickly enlighten me on that?
So, if I remember correctly, the segment was a courtroom segment, and Will Sasso was like interviewing Bret Hart, and Bret Hart put him in the sharpshooter, and like apparently messed up Will Sasso's lower back.
Yeah.
Like bad.
Yeah, it was he was like I remember him saying something about like he didn't appreciate him doing an impression or something like that.
Yeah, he did
and
an
he used
impression
to
of
do,
him or something.
He used to do Steve Austin or something.
Oh, he did a whole bunch
and
of
I think
them.
he said, dude, that was like 20 some years ago or whatever,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah,
he
I
said
gotta date myself
something,
there.
and he was using the Bret Hart thing, and Bret didn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like whatever, he's an asshole. Fuck
Yeah,
him.
he's awesome.
But yeah, I'm very disappointed about Jordan
it was
Knight.
really,
Very
really
disappointed.
upsetting.
All right, so before I get into my first impression, and it's not Danielle, because Danielle's first impression, my first impression of her, she was awesome. We're gonna have Danielle do our shot of the week. If you want to step over there by the table,
Okay. Right here?
move over a little bit more. There you go.
Okay, so in honor of St. Patrick's Day tonight, we're going to have a whiskey shot. We're going to have Jameson orange teas tonight.
Jameson orange tea.
Yeah.
Danny don't fuck around.
Oh man, I know she doesn't. She comes hard. That's what he said.
Cheers. All the luck to you guys in Bar-jutsu.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So guys, cheers. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Salute,
Gentlemen, ma'am.
salute.
From a distance.
Oh man.
Best
Fuck, I already took the shot. Fucking fabulous. Guys, if you want to try one of Danielle's patented shots of the week, make sure that you come up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here at Scarpaci's in Mount Washington. She's here the evenings. Wow! Even the aftertaste.
Everything she makes, I say it every time. It's fucking crazy.
It's insane, and they're all signature shots. She makes them herself. Like they're all. I'm sure somebody may have invented it somewhere else and called it something different, but it's something that she comes up with. She's an awesome mixologist. Yeah, see that? Now, let's get into this. Okay, I've been trying to talk about this story. Pissed me off this week. So mad. And I'm trying to, I was trying to think of a way that I could tell this story without incriminating myself or putting myself in a situation. Because Bada knows what I'm talking about. He's over here laughing. But let's just get it started. So, without saying names or locations, I'm just going to put you in the scenario. Okay. I work at a place where we are required to do massive amounts of overtime. So with that said, I am tired all the time. No, Aaron, nobody caught the tongue thing. For some reason while you were doing it, now you're on the camera. So, needless to say, I am. Yeah, every time I switch the camera, you're. You guys don't know who's doing the tongue thing. Anyways, so I work a lot of hours. Okay, there's this elevator that comes down, takes us to where we're going. I'm standing in front of the elevator and I'm exhausted. And as the doors open, I don't think about it. I don't think somebody's coming off of it. So I go to step in and I'm like, oh, somebody comes off. This female, who shall remain nameless,
Fair enough.
says in front of all these other people, she tries to be funny, and she says, you really need to learn elevator etiquette, Porco. I don't know you. I find it funny, so I gave no response. I let it slide. I continue to work that night. I'm on a different level. I go somewhere and I'm working. I'm in front of the computer. Type away. I'm like, la, 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 la.
You're on your second 8 hours as well. Which psychologically changes the whole game.
Yes. So I'm on my second 8 hours, and I'm burned out. And I'm sitting in front of this terminal working. She happens to come into the room. She says, again, there's people in there. She's standing directly behind me, and she says the same exact thing. You really need to learn elevator etiquette, Porco. Now I'm like, all right, the joke didn't work. It didn't land the first time. I'm not giving you a response. It didn't land the second time. You can go fuck yourself, because I didn't think it was funny the second time. And I didn't turn, I didn't look at her, I didn't say anything. I was like, there, you just burned that bridge. You didn't even burn it, you dynamite it. Right? Whatever redemption that you had, gone. So now I'm just livid. Day's over. I'm like, it's in the past, it's in the past. I don't give a shit. Right? The next day, I am on my actual work, my first 8 hours, my scheduled work location. And this female comes on, and she's never been there before, and she comes in to do something, and she's bringing food. Now, Bada, she brings this big fucking cake in this, and if you can see how angry I'm getting, Bada knew exactly what I was getting at. Did you not, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think it's fair to say too, just to cover, she didn't go out and buy this cake.
Right.
She wasn't that nice.
Nah.
They were giving out. Somehow we got an order from Walmart, and we
Sam's
got
Club, right?
Sam's, yeah, like a pallet of free cakes. I mean, quarter cakes, little cakes, some delicious shit. I mean, it's phenomenal. But anyway, so she didn't buy it. She picked it up off the table and was like, I'm gonna go out of my way in a building that's very hard to navigate through and go fuck with him a little more.
Even though there are signs posted that says no food beyond this point.
Yeah.
Okay? Because of a certain reason that I cannot mention. So she shows up, and I'm like, why is she here? And she says, she's got this cake, and she says, I'm here to see such and such and such and such, and then I want to talk to you. So I'm like, so I get the people that she needs to see, bring them over. She does the checks that she needs to check. And I'm like, are you finished? And she starts on this whole, like, I'm a nice person and everything. She puts this cake under my desk. And she starts telling me, well, I'm friends with such and such, and I'm a nice person, and did I upset you? And I'm like, are you finished? Get your cake and get out of my work area. Go. And that's funny that you mention that, because, like, it's not like she went home last night and was like, hey, you know what? I upset Porco. I'm going to go buy him this cake, and I'm going to bring it to his work location. She's like, oh, look, free food. I'm going to pass this off as if I went out of my way to get it.
Exactly.
What a twat.
Yeah. It might be 2 weeks old already, but you know what? But, and there's a part of this story that I wish you could say.
I wish.
Can't. But bringing that cake, walking into this environment where he was at, is a way. I'm trying to say.
I know, it's so difficult.
It could put him in danger.
Not only that, because of the shit that happened in December, that was on the national news.
Yeah.
Because of the shit that happened, she had now brought it on and potentially got me fired.
Yeah.
So, like, she's like, oh, I had a nice gesture. I brought him this. No, you violated policy. I'm screaming now. I'm doing a Wendy, and I'm redlining the audio. And I'm sorry, I'm screaming, but you violated policy that is posted, and you brought this on, and now the cameras are looking at me, and I'm like, get your cake and get off my pod. I said pod. I should have said pod, but get your cake and get out of my work area. And like. I get it. I get the gesture. I get the, hey, this was a peace offering because I didn't realize I'm such an idiot. But it made it even worse. And
you know what? I just want to add, when I was going to junior high, in classes in school, all of our classes were pods. We were at pod A, pod B, pod C. So as far as you guys know, we're junior high school teachers.
There you go, buddy. There you go. Because technically it's like a school.
Well, this is a pod too.
So technically it's like a school. Yeah. So, but like, as for First Jesus, Aaron, what is wrong with you? You do realize that I'm switching cameras, and what the fuck is wrong with you, Aaron? But anyways, so like I said, without getting ourselves in trouble and everything, my first impression of this person, she's a shitbag. And I'm like, I was fuming about it. So then I'm sitting there and I sent you guys a message and I'm like, please remind me, Tuesday night, we're going to talk about first impressions. Because I think first impressions are very important. You know what I mean? I think, especially if you don't know the guy, but you're going to come off like a dickhole. What is that?
Where'd she come from?
What do you mean, where'd she come from?
Yeah, her origins.
Oh, she works in a different department.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she like where we work at, you could basically split us into two departments.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and the department we work. Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna shut up.
Yeah, because like I said, eventually somebody's gonna be like, Porco, you talked about this last night. Well, no, I didn't. I talked about a scenario that happened. I didn't talk about the place. I didn't talk about any of that stuff.
A lot of people got free cakes last week. It's the holidays. I don't know. I'm just fucking reaching for anything.
Dude, there was more to the story, but if I told the rest of the story, you would know everything we're talking about. But like I said, that is the most recent first impression that I've had that just went downhill completely. Usually, when I meet someone, like I'll get, like Mandy, great first impression. First Friendsgiving that I've ever been to in my life. I hear, and this always made me laugh. A mutual friend of ours, Blue, always said to me, he's like, dude, you gotta meet Mandy, you gotta meet Ben's wife. She's awesome. She's the female Porco, And I'm like, what? She's a scumbag and she takes a shit on people's cars whenever they illegally park.
Sometimes.
He's like,
depending on the mood.
But like we go to this Friendsgiving and we just hit it off. And immediately I was like, her personality's great. I want her on the show. And you came on the show, and it was just, we love having you as a co-host. It's fabulous. I know I talk way too much, but and then we share the same birthday, and it was a great first impression. I love it, and that's what I had with all you guys.
Yeah.
So I like it. But tell me something else. Give me another first impression.
All right. I'll talk about my bestie because I can't really think of anything right now. So you're it. Sorry.
I love it.
All right. So first met Aaron. First time I was on the show, a month or so ago, and I was like, this guy's weird. Like, not in a bad way. And I was like,
that's putting it mildly.
No, but hey, I'm super weird, so it's a compliment. And I was like sitting there, and I'm like looking at him, I'm like, he reminds me of a mixture of Droopy Dog and Ben Stein.
Oh, that is a great.
And I was like, but I like
Holy
him.
shit, that's a
I was like, he has the best laugh. And then it was like, I was hooked. It was like me and him, ride or die, right?
And that's what I love. She hit it off. She hit it off with everybody that was here. And I was like, not saying anything against anybody else. So, we love Steel. We love Wendy when she's here. Wendy, she's constantly on the road. We're gonna start doing.
Speaking of, I got something to say.
So speaking of Wendy, I hope she's watching right now because this is an important announcement.
Wow.
Wendy, Dale's got something to say to you. Take it, Dale.
Wow. Yes.
Wow. Give me
So
one.
I saw. Go ahead, do it.
Give me one.
Hit it.
Wow.
Sound clip. So I saw a Facebook post recently of her posting that she has held the title for 365 days, undefeated. You can be undefeated for 365 days without having to defend your fucking title, Brock Lesnar. Jesus Christ.
She is the Roman Reigns of.
Yeah, Roman Reigns too. God, fucking hell. Like, sit there and just hold the belt, hold the belt, hold the belt. Don't defend it. I call you out, what, a month ago?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Now she's gonna. You know what? Here's the thing. She's gonna say, well, I couldn't defend it because poor girl didn't give it to me for how many months? Which.
And then she's going to say she can't defend it because I haven't been here. So I will throw this out. Within the next 30 days, you have the opportunity to accept 1 of 2 challenges. Either we're going to play beer pong or we're going to go do axe throwing.
I think we're going to do that. I think from now on, when you hold the FAFO championship, you have 30 days to defend. If there once an open challenge is laid out, once somebody says, I have this challenge, I want to challenge you for this belt.
Yeah.
From that day, you have 30 days to complete the challenge, not to respond. You have to say yes. And if you know that you're not going to be available, guess what? Vacate the belt.
Vacate the belt.
Sorry, Wendy. You got to either put up or shut up.
So I'll give you the choice. How you want to lose that belt? Do you want to lose it playing beer pong or do you want to lose it throwing axes?
Don't get me wrong. I love the pictures of Wendy with the belt. She wears it well.
Listen, I'll do a Shawn Michaels if I get the belt.
Dude, you know it right here. If you beat her for the championship, we're doing a Shawn Michaels photo shoot. You guys heard it. I'm telling you.
I'm making myself.
Oh, same thing goes with Billy Botta. Do you know what we mean by that? Do you know the Shawn Michaels photo shoot?
No.
When Shawn Michaels won the WWE Winged Championship belt,
Playgirl 92 or
it
some
was
shit like that.
Playgirl. He posed nude with it.
Right over.
Right over it. So Billy, you're gonna be doing that.
I would definitely do that. I mean, I've embarrassed my wife.
I'll
on a daily
Clorox
basis.
wipe the back of it just to be nice.
No, you don't have to wave it.
Yeah, we all share a little something here. Might as well be crabs.
Or AIDS, like
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Dude, Aaron just looked at him like, you really have crabs?
Well, it's Lent. Seafood's in season.
Oh my goodness. It really is Lent. I can't believe it is Lent.
Speaking of, I saw something. Mark Wahlberg was talking on the Today Show and talked about the Mark Wahlberg 40-day challenge, which is just Lent. So anytime anybody talks about Lent anymore, I'm gonna say I'm taking the Mark Wahlberg 40-day challenge.
I like that.
Hey, you know, I wanted to say before we forget about it, we did have a special guest host tonight.
Yes.
Imani was going to stop by. She's a bottle service girl. Is that what it's called? Bottle girl at a place to toast downtown Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Last minute, she couldn't make it. I wanted to introduce her to Aaron Romeo because I think they would. Aaron, give us a little tie action there. This fucking moron. But last minute, she had a family emergency. She couldn't make it, so she will be here next week. Hopefully, if she doesn't have another emergency.
Right.
But, she's great. She's fun to be with. Billy knows her. Billy, how long have you known her?
I've actually, I want to say I've known her like 3 months.
Yeah.
I don't know how long she's been at her current day job where I see her. I don't see her often. I see her like once every 10 days. But yeah, she's fun. She'll be fun.
She's fun, and I love it. She's got that attitude that it's like, it's perfect. And I told her, I was like, you'd be perfect on the show. I also invited her to bring some of the other bottle girls on because that's what we're going to start doing, interviewing that. So, but I mean, other than that, it's almost St. Patrick's Day. We got the parade coming up. Anybody going in the parade?
I will be in it in a work capacity.
Yeah, me as well. I have to, my day job, I got to be in the parade for the day job thing. But I do know that Steele's going to be.
Steele's gonna be there, yeah.
Are you guys participating in the Steel Mobile? What do they call it?
The General.
The General? Is it the Duke or the General or something like that? It's the General.
Like from Dukes of Hazzard? Or?
I don't think it goes that far.
You haven't seen the Steelman truck?
No.
Oh my God, dude! It's like, it's like a tank.
Yeah,
Right? It's cute.
It's like an old-fashioned military-style truck, but he's got like he always has something on the grill.
Yeah.
Like in the Halloween, it's a
enormous.
skull. Like he just posted on his Facebook that he carved up a leprechaun out of wood.
Yeah, it's in his
Yeah.
movie, so you can see it in his movie. But if you haven't seen his movie, you definitely got to get a copy of it. Yeah, you definitely got to get a copy of it. It's featured in there. It's enormous. It's pretty cool. Everybody in Pittsburgh knows it.
Yeah,
in
when
general,
you see,
right?
Yeah, I believe that's what it's called.
But I mean, what else is going on? Who's got plans for St. Patrick's Day? Aaron Romeo, what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day? You flying out of Florida again for one day? You fucking piece of shit.
No. I mean, I don't know what. I'll figure it out as I go along, I'm sure.
Just gonna sit at
Something
home and
crazy.
just touch yourself?
Aaron, let's go out and get
Shoot
drunk
it
for
everywhere.
St. Patrick's Day. You want to do it? All right.
She's issuing
That would
you
be
a
fun.
challenge.
That shoot it over.
Dude, look, he's all nervous.
No, I'm not nervous.
He's like, I'm sporting half a wood right
Oh
now.
man, dude, you guys can only see what it looks like on camera the way he leans in. It's so creepy. Oh my god. Oh my god, it is definitely
3D
so
glasses for everybody at
creepy.
home.
We do. We need 3D glasses. Oh look, even I'm spiking the lens. So anyways,
Yes.
I recently bought. I came into some. Bada knows about this. I came into some money, and I decided, screw it. I'm working all this overtime. I'm going to buy a PS5. So Billy knows what I'm talking about, right, sir? Do you have a PS5?
I do.
And does it suck as much as?
You know what? I think it's all about your expectations going into it. I personally, I knew I was already going to play GTA 5 that's been out. And Uncharted, like there's certain games that I play over and over again. I didn't really expect nothing more than that. I think it's definitely better than the 4. I think certain people expected it to go above and beyond what it does. Maybe I should have. I don't know. For the fucking money we paid for them things, we should maybe.
I guess maybe I thought if I won something in GTA, I was gonna reach out and give me a hand job or something.
That would be
It's
wonderful.
Wouldn't it be? But
I spent $500 of real money in GTA just so I could buy the fucking Batmobile.
I know. So I get the PS5, and I'm like, all right, let's play it. And it sucks. You gotta install it. You gotta make all this, account and all that shit and
it's a
everything.
pain in the
And I'm like, all right. So I play it, and one game that I wanted to play, and I know I could have got this for PS4 or whatever, but I downloaded Friday the 13th, and I'm like, this is cool.
Oh yeah, I just played that.
Yeah, so I can play it I can play it locally or I can play it online, and it's an older game, so I don't think people really play it anymore. And it's funny because if you go into these older games, you're like, I go into the room and you're like, okay, waiting. Anybody want to play? Anyone?
Waiting for it to fill
yeah.
up.
So nobody comes. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll play it locally. So when you play it locally, you're Jason Voorhees. So you play as Jason Voorhees, and it's like, this is cool. You get to play as Jason with the mask and an axe. I'm like, okay, well, I know Jason's real popular with the machete and everything. So guess what happens? You can't play it unless you actually purchase a machete. You have to purchase you have to purchase the weapons. It's like, hey, you want to be the Jason from Jason, Friday the 13th Part 3? It's great. It's like $4.99 for his skin.
That's crazy.
And you get one weapon and one Jason, and then you go around killing people. And it's kind of weird too because there's no point of the game other than to just murder people.
Yeah.
It gives you set it, you tell it where you want to go, which makes no sense because there's a list of all these different places. You can go to the Jarvis house, you can go to Camp Crystal Lake, you can go to all these fucking places. And then when you play it, it's all the same shit. It's the same layout. So I don't get that. And then the clock starts counting down, so you have a time to beat, and then you don't even die. They can't kill you. And everybody's all mind-boggled because they're like, okay, it's a cool game, but there's no point.
Yeah, it looks funner to play than it's actually fun to play.
Yeah, I think that's one of those ones where you actually have to have friends and say, hey, we're all gonna play Friday the 13th tonight.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do that. So I downloaded another game. I can't believe it now. Police Officer Simulator.
I tried that. I couldn't get into it though.
I was all excited. I was like, all right, let's play. First mission. Parking tickets.
Yeah.
It's like, really? So I shot somebody in the face, and I was kicked off the job.
Yeah, you know,
Police
2023, buddy.
But dude, and it's all like, it's funny too, because if you look at the names and the characters that you get to pick from, it's so stereotypical. like the
Steve
white guy
Appleton.
is the white guy is Frank Miller, and the black guy is like Noah Jones, and the Chinese guy is like Ling Mao, or whatever it is. You're like, come on, dude.
Oh,
You're like, you know, it doesn't get any. It's a bad game. But anyways, so what else is going on? Aaron Romeo,
Yes.
take us a little bit into the world of Aaron before we cut to the music video of the day.
Well, just working on music, getting back. I'll be performing soon, getting back into performing and working on new
Music?
projects. Yeah.
You are
Writing film.
barrel
some
of
crazy,
laughs.
Thank you. I have some crazy film ideas. That
Oh,
will send
please do.
Billy
You called me the other day and you said, I got this idea for Billy in my movie.
It'll be like
And you started,
Sign me up.
he started describing it.
Billy Bob.
And I had
will
to
be like
ask him if he was high. Go ahead and please
Can you tell
explain.
me about it, Aaron? I'd love to hear.
There'll be like a special character in it, too, like your
Special, like, I can't read and
Billy.
write. Or is it like, I don't know if I'd have like a crown on or something. Am I
Tell him
wrong?
about it. Because I still, to this day, I still was like, what the fuck was he trying to tell me on the phone?
about like inside, you know, the whole character inside of a character, like he's different people and like different.
I remember I said, what do you mean, like multiple personality? And he's like, no, he's like, he's,
I don't
you
even
know,
know
he's,
how I describe it. Like it came to me in an epiphany. I must have
say it again, it came to you in a what?
An epiphany.
Okay.
I like that. I'm all for it, buddy.
Sometimes I'm like half asleep and I'll think of stuff, or I'm like
It'll be nice to know.
whatever else, you know.
I'm all for it. Whatever you're doing it, you let me know, buddy. I'm so tired of being the mob guy, the football player, and the gay guy. It'd be nice to do something different.
He's like, damn it, there go my first 3 character
The
ideas
gay
for him.
guy. Oh, fabulous. The mob guy, the football player, and the gay guy.
Only fucking 3 parts I get in every movie and play I ever done.
characters.
Dude, he's typecast. I never thought Bono would be typecast. That's fabulous.
Yeah,
What? I know there's got to be a part for Mandy. You got a part for
Yeah.
Amanda?
You better think of something.
Come on,
Oh,
dude.
Have another epiphany.
I will.
All right.
Okay.
That'll be a good one too.
So, what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day?
Nothing.
You're not doing anything? You're not going to take him out?
Oh yeah, we're doing something. Okay, never mind. Take it back. Date, me and you.
I love it. I hope it rains.
Date night.
It's going to be the first St. Patrick's Day parade I was ever in. I hope it fucking rains.
I've been wanting to do it every year, but I'm a piece of shit.
You want to go and heckle him?
Dude, I remember when I was an iron worker, I'm talking years ago, when I was an iron worker, I was in the parade. This was like my first year, so all apprentices had to be in the parade and stuff and everything. So it was the Labor Day parade. And I'm like, oh, this will be fun. I wonder what this is going to be like. We start going downtown, and these people were holding up pictures of dead babies and abortion and stuff. I'm like,
Oh, that's fantastic.
Wow, just like going
That's
to the
wonderful.
parade.
yeah, just I'm like, what is this? And they're like, oh yeah, they're there every year.
Man, I had to actually get a girl to get an abortion to see shit like that.
Oh, jeez. No.
You
Is
know
that
what?
your cousin?
Huh?
Is that your cousin?
No, but
different
close.
one.
Fucking, my dad had to have a talk. That's a whole other. We're gonna be another hour if I go into that. But it was almost. Yeah, that's a whole can of worms I'd open up.
You're right there. You just want to get up and get in front of the fucking camera. Like we're not recording right now.
Like,
Right?
hold on a second, I gotta get real
You know
close
what?
to
I
person.
do want to add one thing, which I you might remember. We already talked about this, but next week, my wife is getting a medical procedure thing done, and then after that, like 4 days after that, we're going to the Bahamas for a couple weeks. So I won't be here.
Damn.
Well, I tell you
That's
what,
like
what we're
3
gonna
weeks.
do, because I think you told me about that, and we'll be wishing your wife the best of luck.
Thank
But
you.
what we want from you is we want you to send us videos, and I'll just put clips in there. We're like, let's check out on Billy
Dude,
on
if I
vacation.
can you do that on a boat? Do they have Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
They should be able to.
I'm new to this.
Dude, it's 2023. You can Wi-Fi anywhere.
Yeah.
You could be in Death Valley, in the middle of the desert, and they're just like, oh, hey, look, there's Wi-Fi.
Listen, just one thing. Whenever you're jerking off doing a video, don't airdrop it to everybody on the boat, okay?
You know what? That's the one thing. I actually told my dad, I said, if I want to jerk off, you're going to have to take my sons for a night, because these rooms, like the boat's incredible, but all the rooms are like a bed, and then 2 bunk beds come out of the wall, and then a bathroom. I could sleep, piss, and brush my teeth all at the same time. How am I going to jerk off?
I would be
I got yelled at once for that. I'm not doing that fucking again.
We have the fucking greatest conversation.
Oh, yeah,
fucking love
guys,
it.
yeah.
Only here on Bar-jutsu Live, folks. Other than that, I want to thank everybody for another great episode. I really wanted to get that off my chest.
Yeah.
I was so livid since Thursday when that happened. I'm so glad I could talk about it. I wish I could go into more detail, because then it makes the story even more funny, funnier, whatever the fuck it is. But it's over. It's done with. It was yesterday. Yesterday doesn't exist anymore.
Yes.
But great episode. You guys were awesome. I love it. I want to thank Billy Bada and Aaron Romeo. Always a pleasure having you guys on air. You're fucking fabulous. We love you. Because you are family, and you know that, right? I want to thank Dale, the Reverend Dale Miller, for coming back. What do you got going on for Twitch, Dale?
I'm going to try to get back into streaming a bit more. Coming up here, I want to say within the next 2 months, we're going to be doing some rebranding, so I will have more information on it as we get closer.
I'm very excited about it. I'm excited about the slick back hair. You're bringing back the slick back hair. It's fabulous.
Nice.
Manny, what do you got going on?
No,
You're the best fucking co-host ever.
I got nothing going on. No, I'm working. I'm going to be
Fucking
working
work.
and all that, and you know, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
And for me, I'm just going to be fucking burning bridges left and right.
Burning bridges. That's what life's about.
There's
buddy.
nobody
In
like
Pittsburgh, there's enough of them going. Do
Yeah,
it.
fuck it. Who gives a shit? Alright. But other than that, we got a new video tonight I'm pretty excited about. It is from one of the guys from Fista Productions, Matt Kennedy. He's a great fucking bass player. I love it. So this comes from his YouTube channel. This is him doing a bass playthrough of a song called Grave Desires. This is Matt Kennedy from Fista Productions. From all of us here at Bar-jutsu and Iron City Beer, please drink responsibly, guys. We'll see you next week.
See?